Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Jewish names hold a lot of power. As inheritors of biblical names, we see the stories of those we are named after, their personalities, their successes, and their failures. Every Rosh Hashanah, we read the story of Sarah and Hagar. Sarah's harsh banishment of Hagar and Hagar's prophetic encounter with the divine. As an inheritor of the name Sarah, I have always struggled to reconcile this story in myself. Our parsha opens with the fulfillment of the promise that Hashem made to Sarah. She becomes pregnant and gives birth to a son, whom she names Yitzchak for her laughter over the miracle of giving birth in her old age. When Yitzchak grows up, Sarah sees Yishmael, the son of Hagar, metzachek, which translates as playing, but could be imitating Yitzchak, being like Yitzchak. She fears for her status and the status of her son as the heir of Abraham, being threatened. In a world where she may feel like she has no power or security, she asserts her little bit of control over Hagar, the person in this story with the least amount of power. To further this painful treatment of Hagar, Hagar is not even referred to by name by Sarah or Abraham, simply referred to as the slave woman. After Hagar is banished to the wilderness and the water runs out, she is so overcome with the anguish of losing her child that she cannot watch. And when she went and sat by herself at a distance, as far away as a bow shot, for she said to herself, "Let me not see the child die." So she sat at a distance, lifted up her voice, and wept. In a divine moment, Vayishma Elohim et kol hana'ar, Vayikra malach Elohim el Hagar min hashamayim, Vayomer la, ma lach Hagar, al tir'i ki shama Elohim el kol hana'ar, ba'asher husham. But God heard the voice of the lad. God's messenger called to Hagar from the heavens and said to her, "What ails you, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is." Hashem not only calls out to her by name, but speaks directly to her through an angel. Sarah never speaks to God directly, and Hagar is the first woman in the Bible to receive a promise in this way and to be comforted in this way by Hashem. In this story, we see our first matriarch, the one we hold in highest esteem, being cruel. It is hard to listen to. She makes a horrible decision, a mistake that God has to reconcile, but she never does. On Rosh Hashanah, we are called to remember the mistakes, the worst ones, and begin to ask for forgiveness. By beginning our year with this painful and complex story of our ancestors filled with trauma, we are asked to look at our mistakes and the pain we have caused others directly in the face. We cannot shy away from it. And we are also reminded that in this moment, this day, is for transformation. We do have the ability to make different choices, personally and communally. This is a moment to learn from the mistakes of our ancestors, to instead choose kindness, openness, tzedek, justice. We are reminded through Hagar that though the world is broken all around us and we can barely stand to watch, that Hashem hears the cry of justice, is with those who are in moments of hardship, and we too are responsible to open our eyes, to witness, and to act. God makes and fulfills a promise to Hagar, saves her and Ishmael from dying in the desert, and makes a great nation of him. As we open the Torah this morning, I invite you to sit in the uncomfortability of this story. Notice where you feel the pain and the anger, What is it inviting you to think about this year? What is it inviting you to reflect on? What is it asking you to do? Thank you.